Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a fascinating little camera from the late 1970s, the Minolta 110 Zoom Mark II. This tiny camera used 110 film cartridges, had a real zoom lens, and was built by Minolta, a serious camera manufacturer for the time. But can a 110 camera actually deliver usable results today? Let's find out. The 110 film format was introduced by Kodak in 1972 as a simple drop-in cartridge system aimed at casual shooters. But companies like Minolta try to push the format further, adding better lenses, exposure controls, and features that made these cameras more than just toys. The 110 Zoom Mark II was part of that push, a compact camera with a real zoom lens and surprisingly solid construction. It was designed to give travelers and everyday photographers a true pocketable camera without sacrificing too much quality. For such a small camera, the build quality is surprisingly good. It has a solid plastic external shell with a metal internal frame. It comes with Aperture-Priority, a zoom lens, and a compact portable design. It has a bright viewfinder and a simple control layout that's very reminiscent of the SLRs of the day. It feels much more serious than the typical plastic 110 camera that you'd find in a department store. The star of this camera is the zoom lens. For a 110 camera, it's surprisingly sharp, especially in the center. Colors are classic vintage Minolta, which are warm, natural, and pleasing. But let's be honest, 110 film does have its limitations. The negatives are smaller, with less detail and more grain. You won't get DSLR level sharpness here, but for snapshots, travel memories, or a retro aesthetic, it can still look fantastic. Using the Minolta 110 Zoom Mark II is refreshingly simple. You load the cartridge, set your aperture, frame your shot, zoom in and out, focus on your subject, and press the shutter. It's all about capturing moments quickly. That makes it great for travel photography, family events, street snapshots, or just use it as an everyday carry camera. The camera is quiet, quick, and fun to use. The biggest challenge today is where to acquire film. Lomography still makes 110 film, but if you don't mind buying expired film, it is available. Processing can be a little harder to find. I personally use the Darkroom. The video is not sponsored by them, but they have done a good job of processing my film. That said, shooting 110 is part of the charm. It's nostalgic and experimental. If you love analog photography, it's a fun format to explore. Now we're going to get into the pros and cons of this camera. First of all, the pros, it's ultra portable. It has aperture priority, has a real zoom lens, it has a solid Minolta build to it, it's easy to use, and has a unique vintage look. Some of the cons are that the film is a little hard to find. It has lower image resolution than standard 35mm film, and it's harder to find processing labs to develop your film. Additionally, it has no shutter speed control. Now, who's this camera for? This camera is perfect for film photography collectors, vintage camera lovers, travelers wanting a retro portable camera, anyone experimenting with unusual formats. It's less about technical perfection and more about the fun. The Minolta's 110 Zoom Mark II is a reminder of a time when camera companies experimented with making photography simpler and more portable. It won't replace a 35mm SLR, but it's charming, compact, and surprisingly capable. If you find one cheap, it's worth giving it a try, just for the experience. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what your experience with this camera has been. Thanks for watching and happy shooting.